Hey everyone, let me know if you have an audio problem because I have the fan on. That could be why. Darla, you were hearing me louder the last time, but if I'm not loud enough, let me know. I will fix the microphone. How's everyone doing? This is Kazoo, if anyone's new. This is my very quiet colocataire that lives with me. And I posted my UFO landing site in the community because now I have a UFO landing spot for little crafts that want to stop by and say hello, which would be pretty cool if it happens. Hey, bring it, right? Why not? It's the way I look at things. Hope you all have your coffee. How's it going, Christian? Praise to Jesus, says Sean. Amen to that, brother. How are you, Sean? Thanks for coming in, man. Very present these days, the Christ, I would say. Mr. Darla's in the house, and Mr. Elias is in the house with his channel, Crazy Music Space Jam. Thank you so very much. So be careful, guys. I'm posting posts in the community, and I have a jealous troll for sure that is adding words to it. So I was talking and made a post, and in the post of the person I was talking about, there was something that was added saying I'm going to attack the person. So, oof, that's scary. So honestly, it's not the first time. Darla knows it. There's all these little games that happen. Aside from a slew of glitches that YouTube has on top of it, then there's the blocking of the traffic, which is understandable considering the subject. So, ladies and gentlemen, the UFOs are still rising up in the back, considering, excuse me, considering we don't have every night that we can see the sky. And here's the thing, I've been documenting the characteristics of those UFOs that are rising up in the back. So now we're seeing a lot of different characteristics, and we're seeing that bright sky where the sky for the past couple of, I could almost say a week or two, has been very bright. Actually, probably since the auroras. And hey, before we I say hello to everyone, speaking of the auroras, there we are. Real quick, this was a good one on space.com yourselves if you want to go see some of the news. Often I pick up on some of the things that are there with a grain of salt, of course. It's back. The aurora sparking sunspot returns for the rare third trip across the sun, firing off explosive solar flares. So yet again, it's named now AR 3723. So the sunspot that permitted us to see all these auroras in the sky, the big sunspot that was formed a couple of weeks ago, a third time is coming back around. So this mama has been letting off flares all the way around. And listen, it let off already several of the largest X flares, which X flares are of the largest flares the sun can let off since the last 20, 21 years. And people will say, well, it's a normal cycle or not. We don't know enough about the sun and what's going on. So it's back. The aurora sparking sunspot returns for its rare third trip across the sun. So the historic sunspot region, now it is already historic, sparks the record-breaking auroras of May 2024 that we saw have returned in explosive fashions, firing off a colossal M9.3 class solar flare, and that was on June 23rd. So I don't know if you know it. That's just 2 or 3 days ago, right? That's not that long ago. So the radiation probably hit us yesterday, something like that. But this isn't the first time we've encountered the hyperactive sunspot. AR 3723 is the returning version of sunspot 3697. And before that, the 3664. That's the number that I got. It was ginormous. It was very large, a sunspot, which was responsible for the colossal G5 geomagnetic storm. And this triggered an epic aurora, and it was around the world, right? So a lot of people were talking again of the Carrington event. And still, if you don't know about the Carrington event with a C, double R, Carrington event from the end of the 1800s in the UK, geesh, look it up. Actually, New Madrid, whoever, look it up. Carrington event. It was exceptional. And what it did is It caused daylight to form for several days around the world, and even in parts of the world outside of the pole regions where it was totally unexpected for people to be seeing those effects and those auroras, not effects, literal auroras in the sky. Mr. Sabinator in the house. Boom, Macablamry. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, sorry, guys. I was having a little bit of problems on Rumble getting on. Nice hot piping coffee. Dave's now working on my Yamaha guitar. Looking good. I think I made something cool. Hey, that's awesome, man. And obviously, we will be seeing a stream most likely once everything's all set up. Yeah, 4 days and not $4. But Google just wanted to know. Maybe he says dollars. See, that's what the autocorrect has been doing lately. I don't know if you guys notice it. It's a bit beyond an autocorrect. It's more like you have to ask permission to say certain words. You say like apple, and they ask you like, do you mean like apocalyptic? No, I said apples. I don't mean apocalyptic. And sometimes they insert words in there that aren't too kind. And sometimes I post it. I look, I say, what the hell is that? You know, funny. Sean, thanks for being here. So what do you think, Sean? The UFOs, are they angelic beings? We got the government themselves talking about the possibility of them being spirits. People believe in guardian angels. All your religions, most of the ones that you're all part of, talk all about those possibilities, about them being real also. So that's also interesting. Danny, how are you, brother? Thank you very much, man. Well, the same to you, Susan. Happy hump day to you too. Wednesday. Already Wednesday. Geesh. Going by fast. My son should come by this weekend. And of course, it'll be Friday evening. So it could be Friday evening, no stream. Could be. We'll see. He's probably going to come by in the rain. The Real Wayno, thank you very much for being here. Oh, I wanted to check something too. Oh, hold on. Not there. Not there. I want to check here. Wednesday, right? I gotta check my thing. Thingy. Let's see. Okay, well, I missed that. They're closing. All right. Anika's in the house. Still, Anika, we're waiting for the darn real way now. Thanks again, man. We're waiting for that fix, right? We're waiting for that fix where I'm not able to reply and or respond to you. I got some cool letters from people that send me stuff. But Anika, all your those beautiful the drawing of the troll ones, I got them set up in the other room. I'm going to show you guys all the room soon. I got a bunch of stuff that I was putting up that I got from you and some really cool cards, especially some of the cards. Jim G had sent me a cool card. You know, Frosty the Snowman saluting the flag. A lot of military people sent in some stuff. Susan sent in some cool cards. Maybe get them up on the wall. My little love triangle on the wall. Laugh, live, love. Another thing that somebody sent me at one point. I keep everything you guys send me. I have a few of them. I think it's pretty awesome. Inspiration, we call it. Nicole S. is in the house. Thank you very much, Nicole S., for being here. Jules, how are you? Good to see you too. Thanks for being here, as always. Auntie Honey's also in the house. Thank you very much, my dear friend. Cecil Lee, thanks for coming back, brother. Thanks for the comments, the support, man. I appreciate it. It is. It's also lagging on my end. It could be possibly with the wind. Quebec even got some tornadoes. We actually even got an earthquake here again, just in Ormstown a couple of days ago. And I had actually problems finding information about it. It came out, and then I had problems relooking that up. I wanted to be sure that it was a day or two ago. Yep, it was. So they say, so that's like the third one here in a couple of months, actually. So surprising. Hello to Twitter. Lots of people unfollowing. Too bad to see that. Hello, Rumble. We don't get subscribers. Eventually we will. And of course, YouTube, where we don't get subscribers either, just fake subscribers, unfortunately. And once in a while, somebody tries to help and says, I subscribe. Thank you. Thank you if you do so. That's awesome. It'll help the channel grow for sure. Guaranteed. Jealousy. Hey, Kenny Morphy, thank you very much for checking out the channel, for listening in. I appreciate that, bro. Awesome. Always greatly appreciated, Anika. If you guys want to support me, also, maybe you prefer Rumble, you can head over to Rumble and subscribe to my Rumble channel and give a thumbs up, because there's troll wars there. We got 21 dislikes and 3 likes. Be nice to see the opposite. Because it's making me sad. One on Rumble. Are you ready to rumble, Darla? Oh, 2 on Rumble. Thank you very much, Anika. Back and forth, my friends. Yes, we'd have to get an icon firefly. You seen the last video, I even recorded some of the fireflies, which is important to show. There's a lot in the back here. And by the way, fireflies stop flashing in the rain. And here the other day, I was tired and I was outside looking at the sky and I was like, huh, raining, fireflies stop flashing. The rain put them out. Like, what the hell is that about? You know, I have to do some more research on why they flash. It must be something sexual. It must be like a mating thing. Like I'm brighter than you. Like, my ass is brighter than yours. You know, I don't know. Could be, maybe or not. Absolutely not. It is free. It is absolutely free. And I did not put it so that people have to be even subscribed to watch the stream. I allow everyone and anyone to watch the stream. It does not cost a thing, nor does it cost anything to watch the videos. You could become a member and give me a couple of dollars a month to watch some videos, but it's just an extra help. Elias, don't forget your thumbs up. That I appreciate, my friend. Fire Dragon, thank you very much. Liked here as well. Hey, I thank you for that. That's always appreciated. Hello, mere mortals. It's so true, Sabinator. The fact that we are just mere mortals. Too bad, eh? Too bad that we are just mere darn regular mortals. You can't get on. That is not cool at all. That is something that happens often enough, unfortunately, to some people. You should see that there's a live stream playing. On top of it, Cecil, I know it's a bit more of a work for you, but you could share the link here and, you know, share it and drop it off to him to have him come in. And then I can do some tests to see why I can't see him. You don't even have to be subscribed to come here. That's the worst of it. You don't have to be subscribed. You don't have to pay. Of course, you don't have to pay. Keep me posted. Thank you, Darla. Oh, yes, I sure do appreciate those for sure. Fire Dragon, thanks for hopping back and forth. That I appreciate it, guys. It helps with the traffic. Should help the algorithm, even though it doesn't. No. You don't have to pay to do anything. That's why I'm poor. It's a free channel. It's a completely free channel. I don't even make money with the ads very much. Nobody can charge, actually, for people to comment. And if he sees something or a message that says he has to pay, I'd love to see that. That would be good proof. Edwin, how are you? Hey, Baltimore, Maryland, thank you very much. How are you guys at Baltimore? Always in the news too, eh? Been watching. Thank you very much, Edwin. I have to edit a video and after make a live stream, show you all the step on my Yamaha guitar makeover. Absolutely, brother. We will, Susan. Absolutely. I would like to come on with him and say a little hello. It'll depend on how he feels and whatnot. You know, we've always been very careful to show him, but he's an adult. I mean, he can kick any troll's ass. He would want to come on probably. And if he does, well, I will come on and say hi. Well, I'm having my Friday regular stream though. It's 1 to 3, so I might do it at maybe 12. Might be a bit early. Sorry to do a little bit of the time changes, but I'll still be on for 2 hours. Maybe a bit earlier to be sure, because he finishes early. We got a little. It's like going to the moon. My son, there's a time launch closing window gap where it's Friday night or not there, and we're gonna get some rain, unfortunately. Maybe not Friday night though, and I wish we didn't. And if we don't, well, I'm gonna make a fire here, and we're gonna record the fire. Obviously, have some conversations. My son and I, we have some really good conversations about the future and about everything now with Alex Jones, the depopulation and stuff. I talk to him a lot about that now. He knows all about it, and nobody at work knows about it at all. So he knows that it's literally almost a taboo conversation where not a lot of people know about what's going on. So when you talk to that about people, they literally laugh at you, and they actually do really think you're dumb. They think you're crazy. Absolutely, Jules. Always free here. Yes. The last Australian. Shalom to all. Thank you very much, my friend. Welcome. Dark Energy. Thanks a lot, for being here. How are you? Hey, man. Welcome, the last Australian. Yep, everything is free. Thanks a lot, Jules. My pleasure, Nicole S. Hey, Unicorn Baby in the house. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for everything. All I see are the words. I don't see the icons because I'm here on the StreamYard, and all I see people posting is Pride, Unicorn, Rainbow. Pride, Unicorn, Rainbow. I think they fucked us over on the icons, guys. It's like, oh, look, now I'm forced to force about pride. Yeah. This is the world we live in. Odie Dokie, how are ya, my friend? Thank you very much. Off now for summer, so I can stay up. Like, oh yes, there you go. That's always the fun part. Right, you are. So let us know, Cecil, if your brother can get on. Pat, thanks for being here, brother. Thanks for everything, man. Why doesn't David Wilcock mention me? He talks about buildings on the moon, but you're showing it regularly. Thanks, Jason Law. Exactly, man. I have no idea why he's not talking about it. And honestly, not to put down Gaia platform, but the people on Gaia, I have tried to reach a lot of them, and I was never able to reach any of them at all, not even to get through with an email, because I've never been hassling. I only emailed some of them once. I emailed 4 people in my life about my research. Never emailed it out to anyone else because I knew it was real. If it wasn't real, then I'd probably be trying to plaster it everywhere. At the beginning, I was afraid to actually, having exposed that, and because it's a scary thing, having found that for sure. It still scares me. What scares me even more, there's no attention to it. But of course, I know that they're blocking the traffic. So it is Last Australian. And I'm one that officially believes this. I absolutely believe that 100%. Yes. And listen, you also believe, mostly, I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but you must be familiar anyways, nonetheless, with mind control, MK Ultra. You have DARPA that did the mind controlling in the year 2014, if I'm not mistaken, maybe even before that. And we have NASA that did that. We have other countries like Russia and China, the CIA here and everything. So, well, here in the States, here and there. Yeah, that's mass hypnosis is a real thing. And when you see people are just sleeping and the parents are in school slapping while you have gay, men with beards showing their genitals on stage to kids and stuff like that, literally in Canadian schools. And some people still don't believe me to this date. And on top of it, we pass laws. It's official. Also about, flying the flags in the schools. And anyways, another conversation. But anyways, a big shit show. People are afraid to speak up. Me too. I was at the beginning, always had, like, for a long time, like maybe 3-4 months. Well, maybe not that long, but I was holding back because I was like, well, I know gay people, and a lot of people have them in your family, and it's just, and I don't have anything against gay people, but I have everything against the ones that are doing the pride problems and events and stuff, showing off to the kids and stuff. So obviously, I've spoken myself to some gay people online, and they're not okay with what they're all doing, right? Making them look bad. So, and I agree with them. Makes sense, because the normal gay person that at home, with his boyfriend, or her with a lesbian, whatever, do things in private, kiss in public nonchalantly, no problem, little peck on the cheek or whatever, but sex and stuff like that and showing yourselves nudity. If I walk into a park with a bunch of kids playing in the water sprinklers and stuff like that, and I run by, jog with my wang hanging down, they're gonna pepper spray me or shoot me as I'm driving by. So I don't know why they would do that for them. The same thing, the way you look at it. Damn right. Well, he's smart to do so, and with reason, because Trudeau is very bad. Horrible. He's got to get out. And now he's canceling Canada Day in Montreal, and he's putting those funds to a better protection for pride events. I'm not bullshitting you. This is real. So a little suggestion for you guys and gals living near Montreal, like me and everyone: stay away from Montreal on July 1st. I would even say the 31st. I'd stay away. There's going to be a lot of mayhem, possibly, I believe. Thank you very much, Unicorn Baby. I appreciate that. Ken Ash is in the house. Thanks again, Jason. We really are, Jules. Ghost Rider requesting a flash by. Do as you wish, sir. Remain at 85,000 feet. You can swoop down to about 3,000 feet. You're good to go. Look out for the whiplash. Jace Ventura 2. You really do catch some great imagery. Thank you very much, man. But I disagree with some of your conclusions about things. Jace, listen, much respect on it. Absolutely. I have an opinion that goes along with what I'm capturing. And again, and anything in particular, you can mention it right here. We can even discuss it, because I have nothing but respect with people that disagree my own conclusions. It's understandable. And debating is something I find is very healthy. And I love doing it myself. So, Jace, if there is something in particularly that you want to bring it up right here too. We can talk about it. If there's something in particular, maybe you misunderstood me, or maybe I'm totally off the ball, and maybe you can align me back in the right direction. I'm a member, Bruce. Always will be, my friend. Cecil, I thank you very much, brother. And again, member or not, everyone that is here is an absolute member for sure. Randy K, thanks for being here. Some do the paid members, and it helps a lot. I'm not too behind there. I'm not bad. I'm at 5:21 time mark. More about the moon than NASA. Really, man. I mean, I have, and it's not about venting. I mean, I am proud to have been able to show all that stuff, like a lot of shit, crazy stuff, some stuff that got me in trouble, and I got some threats. But it became that there was so many threats, and most of them were just indirect, jealous threats from other people pretending to be certain people. So eventually, you just brush everything off. You can't tell. It's like a game of Clue. I say it all the time. Remember that board game Clue? Colonel Mustard in the library with the candlestick killed whoever, Scarlet or whatever. That game? They're all a bunch of people at a party and nobody knows who the murderer is. Well, that's what it's like when I answer my emails and stuff. I get a lot of people that are untrustable, and most of them are as kind as can be, right? Those are the ones I have to watch out for. So it becomes almost impossible to be able to know who is who and who is good or not. But I have good intuition. Greetings from Oklahoma. Kirsten, thank you very much. Greetings. Oklahoma in the house. Sabby, thanks again, my brother. Elvira, I miss her so. Probably still pretty today. I wouldn't be surprised. 90% are blind. The toxic chemistry is saturated over the sky above. Yep, mass call. It's a mass culling. That's exactly what it is. I believe is ongoing. And I agree with it. Absolutely agree with it. Kristen, thank you so much. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here. Scott Robinson in the house. Hey, man. Thanks a lot, bro. Yeah, you see, Jules agrees. Sometimes the conclusions people don't necessarily agree with, and I'm okay with that. Absolutely 100%. Oh, Jace, don't worry about brother. Not, of course, I'm not gonna think you're a troll, man, dude. I have wide shoulders. I have really wide shoulders. I don't block trolls either. I like fucking with them when they come around here. I play with them a lot when they get very mad and stuff. So please don't think I'm a troll if I disagree on opinions. Absolutely not. I'll tell you what. If anyone that disagrees with your opinions blocks you, would be pretty freaking childish, I would say. Do I block people? Hell yeah, I have to. Lots of bad people here. No, I don't. I'm not going to block people for disagreeing with me. But like I said, Jace, do bring it up so we can debate it, or I'll block you. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not going to block you. I'm not going to block you. Bring it up though. I'd love to know what conclusions, or if you're just talking in general. I can't be right about them all. You too, Jules. If there's something you disagree with, let me know. 10 on Rumble, I'll take it. It's a start, a slow start, eh? Compared to the 20 we used to get months ago. Jace from Australia, underneath me or over top me. We say Australia's under me, most over me. But the world turns. I hope you got a chance, Jace, to see a lot of the research, the UFOs on the moon, the UFOs rising up at the back here. Dana, from Pennsylvania, thank you very much. USA, as always. Thanks, Dana. Thank you, Unicorn Baby. I'm lucky, Elias, to have my crew. I'm telling you, definitely a team, a crew. Thank you, Susan. Refreshments will be served shortly. I love when she says that. They will. They will. Absolutely will. Aliaos, thank you so much. Hey, it works. Thank you, sir. Kirsten, Wyoming. Oh, did something happen in Wyoming? You see the dam also in where the hell is it? Is it Idaho? Real quick. Is there anything real quick? Wyoming. Something with the weather or something? No. Let me know if you know of any story that happened. I've been looking at a lot of news today, but snowbirds were buzzing the tower in Ottawa the last 2 days, getting ready for Canada Day. I wonder if you guys will be able to celebrate it. Or thanks a lot, Elias. Hello, all. Thank you. Oh yes, Darla. So the snowbirds in Ottawa. We have Alex Fortier that got some planes going by, and Xander commented on his video saying that they were spraying colors in the sky. It had to do with the a holiday for an Italian holiday, probably for the Italians in Montreal. And then I said, I hope it's not the Palestine flag. It's a bit odd. I don't, too much going on these days. I'm telling you. The snowbirds, went to see them. I saw them here in Valleyfield with my dad before he passed away at the beginning of the 80s and the 70s. Susan, I'm all for that. I am all for that. As a matter of fact, I baptized myself half American because honestly, people can say, oh, Canadians are different. Americans have, the only differences that we have is a beautiful Southern accent in the States and a Canadian accent. And why? Because Canadians say A. Is that it? Is that the only difference? You got the people in Labrador or, Prince Edward Island's got an accent the way they're talking, sort of like an Irish accent and talk the way they're talking. But it's not, we're not different. Honestly, we're not different. I've spoken to hundreds of thousands of Americans. We're all damn the same. Little differences. Texas, bigger steaks, bigger meals, bigger stuff. We each have a unique thing that's different. You guys got to get poutines, but then you'll all be fat like us here in Quebec. If you get poutines up in your restaurants, you make a fortune, by the way. Real easy. A whole bowl of potatoes, dry or not, because you're going to fill that with sauce. Sort of like you're eating cereals in the morning, and the cereals are the French fries, and the milk is the sauce. Then after that, you slap on 2 fistfuls of cheese, and you push it down. You let that melt. You can sprinkle a little bit of sauce over the cheese, to have it melt, and pinch of salt fall down your elbow onto the poutine. I shouldn't be talking about that. Thanks to all you sane humans. Here is truly saturated and weaponized technology, seriously dumbing down the mass. 4G had a profound effect a decade ago. Yes, I was going to say 5G's coming. Now saturated is the end game, it seems. That's why we're going to have to stop them before they get to that point. Hey, Cecil, sorry for the problems, man. I have somebody changing my words and comments. Be careful on Twitter of some of the posts. You will never see me write a post saying, watch me attack another channel, guys. That would be so fucking retarded. I'll be honest with you. Or like my mom wants me to say now, I say restarted now. You're so damn restarted. Randy K, thanks again for being here. Hey, yes, Julian Assange turning out to be bullshit. Is he? To be bullshit. What's happening? Feed me up, brother, about it. Oh, you mean what they're doing to him? Yes, if that's what you mean. Yeah, founder of WikiLeaks. Listen, they put him away for 12 years, and the last I had heard of him, when they caught him, right before they caught him, he was coming to Canada through the woods, bare feet, with a long beard, running through the woods, running for his life, saying that someone was trying to kill him. And I believe that he was somebody was trying to kill him. That's Julian Assange, for those that don't know the story. Rusted Trust, thanks very much. Oh, yes, stay away from cities. Absolutely. Respect the same, Jace. Absolutely. Like I said, when you do see something and that I post and you find it, even if you find it cool and you disagree with it, please do, Jace, leave your opinion, man. All opinions are welcome, man. And listen, I'm not saying I'm not going to disagree. I'll probably say, no, that's impossible or something. But listen, if it's just a disagreement, don't get angry. I won't get angry at you, and we'll agree to disagree, to be honest with you. Thanks, Cecil. I mean it, man. I mean, people like you, Cecil, once in a blue moon comes by here. I remember them all in a row. Very recently, Leah, Jules, Susan, and you're going to say, well, there's a lot more people. No, not a lot more people after that. Only a couple more people that are coming in, but those are the names that stick, Anika and stuff, when they come in. There's not a lot of people like you guys, I'm telling you, that come here and not only stick, that support the channel in so many ways. It's just absolutely incredible, because we are a small family. It'd be nice to grow. Is Xander here? Xander, yes, he is. Right on, bro. How are you, man? I hope your family's doing well, man. I hope things are okay. Sending energy your way. It would, dark energy. I had some Mars close-up videos. I was able to get as close as I could to show some of the surface. It was very blurry. Lots of bumps and high-rising objects, and there might even still be some videos up there. And I tell you, I had about 6 or 7 videos, and I got 23, 48 views on the videos. It's crazy. Yeah, it's coming out there with the Julian Assange story there. Alex Jones is one, if ever, on InfoWars or band.video, if ever you guys want to see what's going on with Julian Assange. There's a reporter here from the UK who actually does work for Rebel News from the UK, Rebel News in the UK, Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson here in Canada was arrested and based on something related to immigration or something. And he had to present this morning his passport this morning to give it in. And he's not allowed to go back for his daughter's birthday. He only wanted to be here a couple of days. He was coming to do a couple of reunions, Tommy Robinson, to talk about freedom of speech in Toronto. And he is stuck in Red Deer, Alberta, if I'm not mistaken. And he is not allowed to leave that area at all. They did not tell him when he would be able to leave. So Rebel News got him a good lawyer, and he's going to court probably tomorrow, if not today. And we're going to find out a bit more about all of that. Problem most likely going to be dismissed, but the things that they're doing, it's quite sensational. Thanks, Cecil. That's the thing, man. You know, they did not show what I showed on the surface. So they're a bunch of liars. And the worst of it, the illustrations that they show, they're Buddha's gardeners. Thank you very much for being here. Love the name. Is Donovan here? Didn't see him. Oh, there he is. Hello, Bruce from Northeast Texas. Hello to everything. Northeast Texas in the house. Thank you very much. Right on, Cecil. Ah, excusez-moi. Tikanesre? Polikala? Jeez, Cecil. No reason. Are you kidding me, man? Just the fact that anybody comes by here and writes a comment and says hello, it helps so bloody much. Thanks, brother. Yeah, man. Listen, I'm proud of it. Lots of UFOs on the moon, lots of UFOs in the sky here. It's in the research. And as much as people hound me and get mad and say, how come you haven't filmed the moon? Because it's not in the sky. I'd be filming it. How come you didn't go back to get the structure again? What is with the again? I show it once and people want it again. Okay. It's like a fetish again. More. Yeah, I hear ya. I do the best that I can. That's why the research is pretty revealing. But of course, most of you have not seen all the research and you haven't seen the best parts of the research. But some of you have been pretty up to date on a lot of the things that I've been showing and doing. So, yeah, thank you for that. Same. Absolutely. Ah, cool. Yeah, I knew it. That's why I was teasing you. But honestly, I do agree with Jace. You know, absolutely. People that can disagree with pleasure. Oh, I didn't watch. Thanks, Jules. Right on. Oi, careful with that Irish accent. Yeah, I love it. It is. I have so many Irish people following me here. A Luke, Madeleine White. I have David White. I have his other brothers. I have a bunch of people. A lot of people. Some people from Scotland and lots from the UK. And it's an accent that I bloody love. But it's funny. The Canadian accent up there is much of a mix. It sounds like a broken Irish, sort of, because there's lots of different Irish, different regions with different accents. Sometimes there's a heavy Irish accent. Oh boy. Frostbitten, all the way they the words that they say, boy. I love it. To them, oh, my politics are getting bad. It's all rigged anyways. It is, Cecil. Absolutely is. Could be. Absolutely. So hopefully some of them are real whistleblowers, though. Because, see, that's what a lot of people say about me. A lot of people say I'm not throwing flowers at myself because it's not very nice flowers. But a lot of people say that I'm an double agent, just acting stupid, that I'm doing a real good job at acting stupid. That's hurtful. I do a good job, though, eh? I know I do. Sometimes there's problems when people try to contribute. That friggin' sucks, though. Yes, Darla, I'm so happy about that. Conservatives here in Canada, guys, won the Liberal riding in St. Paul's, Toronto, Ontario. Go, go, Pierre. Screw you, Turdo. Game over for Turdo. Yes, absolutely. So do I. Both of them. The one here and the one in Russia. They're all corrupt, eh? I want to use the other corrupt Russian to be able to bash up the Ukraine as much as we can. It's so stupid. The world is totally upside down. I never thought it would come the day where I'd have to sit down and shut up because the governments, the Gestapo, right? Jawohl, the Gestapo, just like in the time of Hitler, the Nazis, the Nazi police. That's what's happening here. Canada was taken over by a bunch of criminal Nazis. That's right. And the World Economic Forum. I like saying the World Economic Foreign because it's very foreign. And Trudeau's an asshole. Just in case people didn't know. Yes, it is coming. Sheesh. That happens a lot, eh? I appreciate that. Thanks for raising music, Space Jam. I'm going to get a refill of coffee if anyone would like some. I'll be right back after these messages. Thanks for being here, everyone. Take me to the moon. Let the sun shine in your head. I got a full cup this time. I said, screw the little cup. I will leave less often. I will be more here present with you all. Whoa, that's hot. Bam and them. Oh, what a night. Someone mentioned something about a crack opening up in Wyoming. Oh, okay. Thanks for mentioning that. And Jules says, we travel the Rockies from Colorado, Jasper, Canada. Made fun of the, eh? Yeah. Here in Canada, we write AYE, eh? And it took a year to stop saying a. No, but it's catchy though, eh? That wasn't even on purpose. Eh? You'll be doing it all day. As a matter of fact, you'll be doing it in your head. And you see, it makes perfect sense. And it goes both ways. A is used for many different things that people have no idea that I use daily. If somebody says something I didn't understand, I'll say, eh? And you got to make the face. You can't just go like, eh? That's sort of weird. You got to go, eh? And then hold the teeth, eh? Or something you want someone to be convinced that you're telling the truth. I'm telling you the truth, eh? It really happened, eh? I'm not lying, eh? You believe me, eh? So, a crack opening up in Wyoming. Why is it getting so bloody hot here again? There we go. We're back with the heat rising up into the night. Oh, Alex Fortier is here. Thank you very much. Yeah, I was going to have a stream also soon. Thank you very much, Buddhist Gardener. Hi, Bruce. I'm fascinated by your insights on the moon. Could you share more about what's really on the moon and how we might be able to contact them through deep meditation? Absolutely. I think it's a beautiful question that you just mentioned. I, for one, know that there are beings on the moon. I don't know who they are, the beings, but there's so many structures there that are all connected with lines, and there are power sources there. So we have the confirmation that there really is somebody up there. And of course, it's not just like, it would scare me more seeing buildings with no smokestacks and stuff. It would be more weird. But seeing that they're producing their own energy and stuff, you could almost say, well, that's not even weird, because we produce our own energy ourselves also. The way aliens come here to analyze our nuclear facilities and silos and whatnot, well, we're probably doing the same thing on the moon. But the troubling thing is, it's always come down to the question as to whether it's a breakaway civilization of humans that are there. That would scare me a lot more. I wouldn't want the fact there to be just humans there, so that we're just going to be war from one end to another. Don't forget, DARPA is developing a laser, and it's a laser that's stronger than any other laser, to a long distance laser. So eventually we'll be able to bomb the moon just from here, if we're not already able to do that. And now what's scaring me is the frequency wars, but the massive connections and different levels, and everything that's up there on the moon, there would have to be millions of people, if not a billion people up there, to have built all that. And it would have taken thousands of years, because there's so much that we can see. And it's hard to imagine, because you look on this side of the moon, and people say, well, you don't really see that much on the moon. No, you do in the footage. And the little areas that I zoom in on, and you see all the structuring there through a beautiful, real blurry haze sometimes. Not sometimes, it's always clear, but you can see that there's always that haze there, right? And it's not a haze between Earth and the moon. I go through that haze. The clouds, I can go through them with my telescope. When we get to the moon, is a thick, dense haze. I filmed that also, moving around, shifting around on the moon also. Hey, you guys, thank you. Testing works. Anika, thank you so much. And Jules, thank you. Thanks for sharing your research. It is my pleasure. Merci aliaus. Thanks, guys. Always my pleasure. Azur Natsiv. Hello, sir. You guys can check out my music channel also. I do have a music channel. The link is right there. And I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, trying to monetize it, make my own music there to have money for the research. I want to expose NASA on other planets too. Be really cool. But listen, the moon is the biggest secret. I'm not even sure if there's anything on any other planet. I know about the moon, though. That's a fact. When I saw them going there and leaving there, and I saw them leaving the surface, I said, definitely, they are there on the moon. There's something serious about that. Ooh, damn, that was hot. That was a little hot. Thanks again, you guys. 5:45. I'm about 10 minutes behind. I'm getting there. I'm late. Better late than never. Count Derpula. Buddha's Gardener, we do want it all. We absolutely want it all. I think on the moon, they're doing secret scientific and medical and military self-defense research, artificial intelligence. They're testing robots. They're testing UFOs. They're manipulating animals. They're creating hybrids. I believe it is the center of the universe from what they are doing there. And I believe it's pretty important. I would not be surprised that they took humans to the moon. Maybe they took them there asleep, dead, or alive to live there. It's not like they're going to run away from the moon and come back with a rocket, right? Imagine that. Just kidnap them from here and just drop them off on the moon. Won't be able to come back. Now, a lot of people will say, well, what do you mean drop them off on the moon? you can't breathe on the moon. It's microgravity. It's only 1/6 of the atmosphere of Earth. Well, I beg to differ. And I'm also going to talk a little bit about that organic compounds and organic materials. Bennu, they brought back samples from Bennu, has organic material. There's samples that are back from the dark side of the moon, which there was no talk about them taking off, but all of a sudden there's this little clip that appears showing them take off from the moon, where they say, watch China's Chang whatever leave the moon, and you see this little effing camera that is looking at the center ground there, and they take off and poof, you see absolutely nothing. It's so maddening that they do that. I'm telling you. 90 on X, I will take it. Blow my big nose. True soldiers here. Hey, what's Bruce? Still fight the good fight. Keep up the great work. I thank you so much, brother. Thank you very much, my friends. Absolutely, Darla. You guys, I love you guys. Odiente Alex, thanks, brother, for being here with your channels, man. Thanks for checking things out. Look at all the edible crickets. Mass mind control is a serious reality. Oh, yes, to the few who are still reasonably conscious. Avoid EMF, EMR, medicos, and certain man-ruined foods. Find also clean water. Some are awake, some aren't, eh? Mick Smith, how are you, brother? Love your live streams. Thanks a lot, man. Long-time follower. I appreciate that, brother. Something's up in the creek about the numbers watching you. It's BS. It is. It is. Geelong, Victoria, thank you very much. It is absolutely crazy, Mick. The traffic that they're blocking here. It's really sad. I can't say upsetting because it was expected, but there's a lot of people that would come by the channel and that would have a really hell of a good time looking through all the research. I see it on everyone's channels. The rare chance that I get to go on someone else's channels. Do you see what they came out now with? A program, an application, a website where you can go online and see detailed surface images. Now people will be talking about the moon. I already saw one big channel that was talking about it, showing pipes and structures and stuff. They scrubbed everything. Good luck. But they can't scrub my research, so that's, something for sure. Sven Schreck from Germany. Thank you very much, man. Thank you, Germany. Jules D, evening to you. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. Thanks again, Jules. Count Derpiller just finished eating. Hey, Cecil, right on, man. Well, he'll be able to do his enquete on me because he's not going to find anyone. You can tell him that, actually. Tell him that he's not going to find any videos like mine anywhere else, like the ones on the moon. I'm telling you. Nobody gets the moon like me. Nobody gets the moon like me. Nobody gets listen, I don't own the moon, I'm telling you. But the research that I show, yeah, it's unique. There's so many findings over the years that hundreds, if not thousands, of researchers talked about the moon. Are you sick of hearing about, hey, Bruce, you ever see the shard? Yeah. Who hasn't? Everybody talks about the same regions. Then you start looking at all the regions around those regions. You go, holy shit, there's a whole bunch of other shards and a whole bunch of other towers and lines. Really true. Yeah. Whoa, black coffee. Nicole, I like that one. That was funny. Yes, it's black coffee. Very black, you see? I don't want to empty it out. Canada, Canada. Ah, jeez. Me who sees patterns all the time. That's a good one. Someone asked me where the soul enters and leaves the body. And I said, well, what rhymes with a soul? A soul? Asshole? No, I'm sorry. I thought it was funny though. I laughed. I laughed at my own jokes. That was a good one. Yeah, it was a good one. I wrote that one down. No, I'm kidding. Mr. Sparkle Baked is in the house. Thank you very much, Mr. Sparkle Baked. Thank you, my friends. Robert Hammock's in the house as always. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for the comments, brother. Head on over to Rumble and leave me a comment, a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Whack a troll. That's what happens when you go over there. Leave a thumbs up because the trolls hate that. One person that hates me with 21 dislikes and 21 channels. So I need to find 22 friends and we got them covered. Won't be able to do anything anymore. If aliens that help humans to the moon is the only way for a breakaway human civilization, guaranteed. Especially that would have happened a while back, right? No, 100%. I agree with that. For sure. Assimilate, let the black goo flow. Hey, Bruce, has Hegelfish and the human ever mentioned you and your research? No, thanks for asking. Yeah, some of you might appreciate also that channel, the Y Files, channel that a lot of people, it says in my algorithm, they tell us where my community watches. And a lot of you people that are here watch the Y Files. I would say probably about 80% of you watch the Y Files. I don't think so. Somebody at one point told me he had and made me go watch a 2-hour video at one point, and he didn't mention it. But he'd be one of the only ones because most of them did, like every one of them. Third Phase of Moon, I talked with him. He came over to my channel. We wanted to do a collab. We never got back to each other. Too bad, but he was nice enough to stop by and say hello. Some other ones that didn't really like the research also, some big channels, they contacted me. Considering our species is constantly destroying the habitat that sustains our lives, something is controlling us subconsciously. Well, that's right. And, as a matter of fact, they say that there's something communicating with humans telepathically that is outside of this world. That some scientists had brought that up a couple of months ago, maybe even a year ago. That was a very interesting subject. I remember hearing about that. I was like, wow, that is interesting. Jason says, Law says, ever wondered about the lost trillions of dollars when, you mean the one from the Federal Reserve when Rumsfeld was, yeah, I remember that when that came out, it was like, boom, then all shit, all hell broke loose. And when we had an Air Force, we had loads of airplanes. So there's a Space Force. Yep. There has to be spacecraft and spaceports in space. Well, they're talking about now having data centers. This is fresh off the press from a couple hours ago, from yesterday, that they want to have data centers out in space where they're going to be able to beam information, get information out there. We're trying to expand Earth outside of Earth, our communication, our power, our energy, and setting up on the moon and probably Mars and stuff. This is all happening. They're talking also about having platforms between Earth and the moon that's going to be able to have cargo landed there by robot-driven spacecraft. Well, the spacecraft will be driven not by robots, humans, and the robots will exit the spacecraft to exit all the cargo of the spacecraft and lock it up over there, a garage in space, literally a shed in space on a platform. Imagine that. I wouldn't want to be the one landing there, boy. How freaky that would be. But they're talking about it, and now What used to be science fiction is now something that they are literally really talking about. Really is a big mystery. And, you can't help but wonder that, who's running NASA. There's higher elites that are running NASA. NASA doesn't have any say in anything. That's for sure. United States, you think they're doing that on the moon? Could be. But I mean, I really think that this is all advanced alien related, I think. I'm afraid to say. I could be absolutely wrong. Learned 2 songs last week. Start to learn just for you, but 4 intensive days. I work on the makeover of the Yamaha guitar. Keep it up, man. I did yet again. I tried it. I haven't done that one very often. Yesterday, Sunday, Bloody Sunday, at the actual octave that he sings it. And, a lot of people say, I don't like that singer. Or a lot of people will say, listen to CCR and say, that's an easy group. The Beatles, that's stupid. It's an easy group. When you sit down and you play one of the songs and you say, holy crap, that's hard. And you see that it's not easy playing music. And some of the simplest melodies are the nicest melodies, like the nicest songs, literally. Koopa High in the house. Thank you very much. Got 4 UFO videos I filmed. Mr. Sparklebake said, promise we'll edit and upload it soon. Can't be arsed editing. Right on. Well, soon. They are superb evidence. Mr. Sparklebake will be getting UFOs. Got 4 UFO videos up. He's going to get that up on his channel. And when you do, you come by the stream and you say, hey, Bruce, I got some videos up. And I'll send some people over, man, to check it out, man. All good. What gets me is we Earth-based peoples are paying for it all. It really is true. Like in the comment, the community this afternoon, we're paying for our own death. So once we get up to heaven, is God going to give us a reimbursement check or something about that? Definitely. Yeah, I try to go more often on her channel. I think I heard her nice little accent the other day. Rain and wind. Uh-oh, Aereo. It's going to start moving on up. Let's see here. From what I'm seeing here, for me, probably around 9-ish, we should be getting something big. Right now, there's something approaching Ottawa. Pretty damn big. I would say I'm going to shoot it out there. I'm pretty sure Cleveland got hit with something really big from what I was seeing on the weather satellites, because I've been watching them 24/7 there. And the heat is going to take a turn that's going to please us. It's every day it's different. Every day they tell us something different. It's incredible. You're going to freeze all summer. There will be no sun, only rain. Now we're going to die of heat all summer. Now what are they saying here? Temperatures ideal. Each prévision. 40. Oh boy. The 43. Montreal. What are they saying? I don't care. I don't care what they're saying. Thanks again, Anika. How the moon constantly has one side stuck facing us. I don't get that one, the last Australian. How it has been placed to have the sun fit exactly within its space. Yep. Good possibility it is a satellite more than we know it. Absolutely, the last Australian. Listen, the planets in the solar system can all be spacecraft, or Dyson spheres. Look at it the way you want. Dyson sphere could be just a rack in space filled with millions of solar panels, on the side of the sun that is always in the section where it's gathering up light on all sides of it. to conserve energy for years and years and years to come. We're talking about type 1, type 2, type 3 type of people. I've been doing so much in-depth researching the physics part related to my research only, studying heliophysics and everything to understand more about the sun, light, and energy, and UFOs, how they can, travel. Because see, listen, the UFOs that are traveling at the speed of light are actually not traveling between the stars. They're not actually whizzing by, driving like maniacs, and stopping off at a McDonald's on the way to 3 galaxies and going. They're quasi projecting themselves, so they're teleporting themselves. So we can teleport ourselves using physics and using particles, neutral particles in the solar system. It's that stupid. We could bend space and time and manipulate gravity's frequency and travel at any rate of speed that we want, travel at any distance that we want, back and forth, to and from, future or past. We're probably not advanced at that point to know everything, but it's a fact. It's an absolute fact. They're experimenting with neutrinos. They're manipulating the magnetic fields around one of the 3 neutrinos. You got one here, and they're also projecting themselves in other dimensions. So like a photon that's here and also it can be in another dimension at the same time. Remember that story where they said aliens came to Earth to tell us that there was a problem with us doing massive explosions like atomic bombs because it's affecting other regions in the in other galaxies and other dimensions. So it could be a possibility. How the hell would they know that? And who the hell is coming here to Earth to tell them that? There's definitely a communication with aliens. So the truth will set you free. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. The soul could leave the mouth or the top of the head. Yes, that's what they say. That's what they say. I've heard through the feet. I would believe through the chest also. And but basically is third eye, the head, mouth, nose, probably even the ears. That's where the light gathers, the eyes. So basically the pineal gland. And not the pineal gland, because that would hurt. Sorry, I feel stupid tonight. I feel stupid other nights too. Telhar, hello. Dan, thanks, Dan. Thanks for coming back, you guys. Celeb factor. How about China's artificial sun? There's a good one. Freezy. Right on, brother. Celeb factor, that is a good one. I remember seeing the video of them rising the sun. And listen, the sun is far hotter, far warmer than the regular sun by many millions of degrees Fahrenheit on top of it. Damn, is it ever hot in here? What the heck is going on? Whew. Heat's going up and it's nighttime. It's funny, eh? Yeah, well, that was supposed to be, listen, free energy. So when the electrical grid goes down, well, I'm already expecting that we are going to convert to free energy. Do I know how they're going to proceed with that? Like, obviously, we're going to pay for it. If we're paying for hydro, we'll be paying for free energy. It's just a term they use. It's not free energy for the people. For the people, free energy. No, it's free energy that the government doesn't have to pay for, that'll be charging us to make money with. 100%. Almost pretty sure of that. But listen, the states also have a sun on the inside of the ground, apparently. Germany has a sun also that's also on the inside of the ground. And they're doing tests and they heat it up billions of degrees Fahrenheit, hotter than the sun, which is, I have a little bit of a problem with that, because the reason why the sun is so hot, you say, is because it's friggin' massive. And then they send up something as big as a truck, and it's hotter than the sun, and it's as bright as a sun in the sky. So freezy. So in the sky, if we're seeing bright evenings, could be something with that. I don't know why we're seeing that much brightness. As a matter of fact, yesterday, guys, It could be literally from the auroras, because before the auroras hit, when the auroras hit in May, at the end of May, we saw bright evenings, really bright evenings that stuck around since that time, which is, pretty incredible, actually. What are the temperatures outside of the space station? Get a lot of people tell me, oh, it's freezing, or no, it's 5,000 degrees. They would die of heat. You have to be in your spacesuits because they would burn up and stuff like that. No, you see, you have organic compounds, and you have microbes, which are small, right? The tiniest, it's about one micrometer in size. Okay, a microbe in general, most of them. The microbes that are being seen in space is 1/10 smaller than a human cell, to give you an idea of how small they are. But again, there's large living organisms, but of course there's the fungi that they're talking about, organic material. So the temperatures at the ISS range between 250 degrees Fahrenheit in direct sunlight and minus 250 degrees, they say, at opposition to the sun. So you might be surprised, but to learn that the average temperature generally outside of the ISS space station is a balmy 50 degrees. Let me see, that would be 10 degrees Celsius. So 10 degrees Celsius outside of the space station in general most of the time. And on the surface of the moon, if you go back to look at the temperatures for Apollo 11 landing, it was 29 degrees, just under 30 degrees when they landed on the moon. Even though a day on the moon, an hour on the moon is not at all the same time length, they say, because you're in a void, so they say. But I thought that was very interesting that a lot of people talk about the temperatures around the space station. Well, in general, you're outside in 10 degrees. So yes, you could go outside. As for temperatures, in a shirt, no problems. The ISS space station. Not a lot of people don't know that. They're like, no, it's not true. Oh yes. Not very hard to keep it warm, I'm pretty sure. So those are temperatures outside of the space station. Another surprising phosphate finding in NASA's OSIRIS-REx asteroid sample. I really like this one because scientists have eagerly awaited the opportunity to dig into the 4.3 ounce, 1.21.6 grams for my 420 friends, pristine asteroid Bennu sample. So it was collected by NASA's OSIRIS-REx. So the origins is spectral interpretation, resource identification and security, regolith explorer mission since it was delivered to Earth last fall. They have hoped the material would hold secrets of the solar system's past and the prebiotic chemistry that might have led to the origin of life on Earth. An early analysis of the Bennu samples published, this was in Meteorotics and Planetary Science, demonstrates that this excitement was warranted. The OSIRIS-REx sample analysis team found that Bennu contains the original ingredients that formed our solar system exactly. The asteroid's dust is rich in carbon and nitrogen, so they say, take it with a grain of salt, as well as organic compounds, all of which are absolutely essential components of life as we know it. The sample also contains magnesium sodium phosphate, which was a surprise to the research team because it wasn't seen in the remote sensing data collected by the spacecraft at Bennu. Its presence in the sample hints that the asteroid could have splintered off from a long gone tiny primitive ocean world. So there's always more and more the mention of water all the time, the mention of water. So analysis of the Bennu sample unveiled intriguing insights into the asteroid's composition, dominated by clay minerals, particularly serpentine. The sample mirrors the type of rock found in mid-ocean ridges on Earth, where material from the mantle, the layer beneath Earth's crust, encounters water. And that's what they found on top of Bennu. So you land on Bennu and you have some organic matter and material there. They have their own atmosphere, by the way. And some of them even have moons around them. So it rains on asteroids. You understand, as they're going by, right? Rain, I wouldn't even be surprised if they have their own lightning storms around them. Some of these objects are pretty big objects. They're not just small objects. Some of them are fairly big. Yeah, whack-a-troll. I love it. Welcome, Mr. Freeze. That's a good name. Oh, yes. Anika, thank you. Oh, yeah, there's lots. There's the next camera, the damn SD card, but the camera, that one's going to get a lot of people, man, for sure. Thank you, Anika, so much. Where is Leah? Ah, Leah, that's right. Leah is not present. She must be busy. Where are you, Leah? Van Allen belts might be a space issue. I think so. Definitely a space issue. So now I'm undecided on whether. Okay, we are Thursday. Just thinking ahead here. Well over 30 trillion missing dollars, black ops. I believe it. Retrieval programs. 100,000%. The retrieval programs, they need a lot of money because they're paying people to go get shit. They're paying Navy SEALs to go and retrieve alien technology parts, not only UFOs, in foreign countries that we don't even deal with in a peaceful way. And also countries that we don't have access to usually. And that's a smart thing. Look, for all we know, they could be have gone to South Korea. So why are the states and people in the states sending, black ops and SEAL teams, literally sending SEAL teams to go get, So that's why, excuse me, I said it many a times. I said, I would not be surprised if there were Navy SEALs that went to the moon to be able to go into the oceans there, if there are oceans there. I believe that there could possibly be oceans there. Liquid water. We have confirmation that they're running from the poles. Don't forget, I will never forget any discovery and anything that they admitted that was there. Did you forget last year when they admitted there were pits, big, massive, deep pits on the moon, and there's flowing water on Earth? On Earth, yes, I hope so. On the moon, where do you think that flowing water is winding up? Probably on the inside of those pits. So what are those pits? Are they shafts that go down to the center of a spaceship? Right? Is the moon a Dyson sphere? Is it not a Dyson sphere? Would it be useful? Would it not be useful? Who knows? Because I don't know them, but I know there are a lot, Kupahai, that are hurting the UFO community, like badly, literally badly. A lot of bullshit stories. And listen, even Skinwalker Ranch. No, I love Skinwalker Ranch. Don't get me wrong. I'm jumping into that story because Skinwalker Ranch, they show a regular light in the sky, 4 lights following each other, and they post that video and get millions of views. And they say that 4 UFOs are following each other. How come there's not one comment on that channel of people saying they're satellites? It's weird. It's like they're in their own world. Everything's going well with the research. People are contributing in the comments and everything. How come some people are not blocked in the UFO community and some are? And when I say UFO community, I'm not talking about YouTube. I'm talking about the real UFO community. David Grush, all these researchers, Luis Elizondo, all the stories of them being silenced because of their gag orders or clearances or documents and contracts, obviously, that they signed not to speak out about the secret projects that they're working on. It's sort of a win-win situation for the government when you have someone working for you. On top of that, the compartmentalization. So we talk about the CIA doing compartmentalization with their projects so that, agents on the projects will not be able to interact with themselves or know what's going on or what the other one's doing or who's working on anything. Their lines are all tapped and everything. Well, why do you think they're doing that? Well, where else do you think they're doing that? The compartmentalization, we're seeing it online. The information is being compartmentalized. UFO information is hard to track online. There's 16 other posts, well, maybe 10 posts I wanted also to mention this stream that was scrubbed from the internet. I'm seeing UFO posts come out from News Nation, and then they're completely scrubbed. You try to find them, and I'm having a hard time finding them. I'm telling you, I'm not kidding. It's crazy. Exercise examines response to a long-term asteroid impact threat. Let it be known that June 24th, there was a meeting, yet again, the last one that they had, remember, 2022, for a possible threat, what all the world leaders would do if there was a cataclysmic event due to a meteor or asteroid that smashes into Earth and takes up the grid. They were talking about that very recently in a meeting. So Washington, a recent planetary defense exercise highlighted an exercise on top of it, highlighted a different set of challenges governments would face about a threatening asteroid in a scenario where the impact is many years in the future. So, Apophis, whatever, the ones that are supposed to come by, even though they say Apophis is not going to hit Earth. The year before, they said it was. And then they sort of, changed that. Absolutely, Jules. Oh, you will. It's fun, too. People like blocking the trolls. I got one. Yeah, she must be tired. I hope she's doing well. If you're listening, Leah, we're sending you some love. Sven, can I ask a question? Absolutely, Sven. Do Nikon and NASA really have a contract about the Nikon P1000? Oof, that's very interesting, my friend. I didn't know about that. Let's see. That'd be interesting to find out. And I suggest you to try to find a P900, or you can get a P1000, but you're not going to be able to use the zoom to see the moon. You won't be able to zoom up more than 1800 millimeters on the moon. Guaranteed. It'll be blurry. It's going to be real shit too, because it's 16 megapixels. When I was like 14, I think I had a 16 megapixel camera. So yeah, and I still have the P900, but I use it for out here looking in the sky. It's good. You can zoom up too. I can zoom up on the moon, but not zoom up on the surface very much because it gets very blurry. Well, it's going to be discontinued. And NASA, why does NASA shoot with Nikon? Interesting. Hang on here. The Nikon P100 is being discontinued. What is the next ultra zoom? Good. Are they going to get ready for the price though, guys? If they get rid of the Nikon P1000 at $1,200, the next camera is going to be $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. I have a Nikon D850. It's $10,000 with like a 50 millimeter lens, and one of the best cameras on the market, especially up the ass of my scientific, highly advanced technological telescope, big ass optical head. Amazing images. There's no limit to the zoom. You can zoom up on rocks. That's the amazing part. So yeah, something's up. I don't know about that, but there's something up with the P9 Nikon Coolpix digital camera 125 optical zoom is now discontinued. When is it? What's that date? Oh, they discontinued it in February from what I'm seeing here. Interesting. P1000 super zoom camera back. Interesting. We'll see what's going to come out next after that. I wonder. Yeah, Sven, let us know what you heard. I'm just starting to see that story pop up there. Very interesting. I did not know about that one. Did not know about that one. Boeing soon close. Top possibility, Bruce, our species is in deep trouble, it seems, and has been controlled for a long time. I think so. So they could be preventing something that's coming, something that's going to happen, a cataclysmic event from an outside source. I do believe that there is an entity protecting us against other entities. It would be a deal. In other words, for their protection, much like the mafia, they're allowed to come here and grab some mine or whatever, they would obviously have a couple of bases on the inside of the oceans. So look at it the way you want. If there is a deliberate cover up where even Republicans, I'm not going to hide it, four of them shitheads were blocking the Transparency Act, the Bipartisan Senate Transparency Act, the UFO Information Act. Why would someone do that in their right mind? Because someone is getting paid to hide shit. That is a fact. Oh, thanks, Jules. Really, eh? Honestly, you're just being kind. It was not far from perfect, but I tried to hit the notes. It is not an easy song. But listen, whether I sing it like him or not, when I'm singing it, I actually feel like I'm part of the band. When you're trying to hit the notes, I'm trying to sing it my way, but I sing it my way, but without changing the classic way the song was sung. Some songs are made not to be changed, like some Jimi Hendrix songs, just made not to be changed, made to be played the exact way they were. They were awesome, Sabinator. Yes, Susan, being bad. I slap. All I do is I slap their hands, eh? But they get mad. I slap their hands like that, and they get mad. Oh, it fucking burns. And I just go back when they're not looking. I go again. Oh, fuck, damn. Never enough to make them cry, but sometimes they do. They do cry. Right on, Brian. The most interesting one. ISS space station. So today, most space microbiology research has taken place via ground-based simulations. What the hell? It's getting hotter and hotter as it gets later. And aboard the International Space Station, a spacecraft floating in low Earth orbit, Leo, about 475 kilometers up. Only 10 kilometers, guys. Imagine that. Ouch. What the hell is that? 295 miles above the planet's surface. However, scientists are shifting their focus to long duration missions to deep space, including to Mars. How might these journeys affect microbes? That's another very dangerous thing. If we go to space and we take off our suit and we literally interact with the microbes out there in space, what will happen to them if they touch us? It's crazy. It's sort of like leaping into the past or something and changing something and then coming back and then your whole future is changed. Scary stuff when you think of it. How might these journeys affect microbes and their interactions with humans? So researchers are still figuring that out. What is clear is that microbes may be key for making deep space missions happen at all. On the outside of the space station, there is fungus and organic material that's growing. And that organic material, along with thousands of microbes that are being studied of all sizes, like I said, smaller than a human cell, some the size of a nanometer, micrometer, very small, and they're studying that. So with the shit that they're doing here at the vaccinations and the DNA changes and the fuck ups in the mRNA and stuff, you can only imagine that, knowing that they're studying microbes in space. Imagine them vaccinating space. I'm thinking about all that stuff. Crazy stuff. Women in the U.S. Air Force, they're trying to pass a law where all women will have to be force vaccinated. Time to leave the army, my friends. Wow. Birthday. I got to sing happy birthday. Now, damn. Gonna have to do it. Gonna have to do it. Celebrating your birthday. So you're like on the island or something, Mon? Not to sing like an island birthday song, Mon? Happy birthday to you. No. Where are you, Brian? Amalua Island. Oh, wow. Celebrating my birthday. Brian. Happy birthday to you. Everybody. Happy birthday. Even though we can't hear you. To you. Happy birthday to Brian Donovan. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, man. So I see you just unsubbed. No. Hey, is Pat in the house? Pat the smoker. Pat told us he wasn't smoking, and here we caught him smoking the other day. Head on over to his channel if you want to catch him smoking. Smoking jerky, that is. Yeah, it's a nice machine, brother. That is a nice machine to smoke some stuff. You wouldn't want a mass murderer to have that. Cook the arms, the legs, the head, passing by. Why am I even thinking of that? Do you think humanity will live long enough to the point we need to get off this planet to avoid the death of our, people by the use of generation ships, or extinction will cost first? There is something about regulating the numbers on Earth, and I do believe that over the years they have done that. And it's very sad to say that look at the death of the people in the war, Ukraine and Russian war. It's over the million mark. It's surprising. So was the pandemic also. Several millions, by the way. Do you guys know that? 20 million, if not more. The numbers are staggering. So if you look at that, where, there's a lot of people here on Earth, and when that happens, you say, well, are 30 million people really going to be missed? Well, if it happens 3 times a year, you get close to even a couple, quite a few more million. Once they get to the billion mark at one point, you got to wonder, and the worst of it, we're talking about a handful of spoon-fed brats that are running this earth. Apparently one handful. I don't even think there's 2 handfuls. It's like one handful of people, the real bad ones, right? We've seen quite a few of the elites die off recently, and you see the changes that happen. You see what happened when the Queen died. Boom, the end of treaties of this, the end of treaties of that. Protests started, and Biden's stupid border attack started. This is all premeditated. They knew it ahead of time. We saw Bush talking about the New World Order that said, and we will succeed, when he said the speech, right in our faces. In field work for years, I asked them many, have they been hypnotized? The vast majority say no. Then I ask, how would you know exactly? Then you see it in most of their eyes. They're deeply hypnotized. That is something true, that you could see someone that's hypnotized, by the way. I showed my neighbor in the middle of and I love him to pieces there, don't get me wrong, in the middle of the daytime, a UFO in the sky. And I said, look at that. Look at that. He said, what's that? And he said, what, a UFO? What? And he started to laugh, because that is so his brain right away said, it's not a fucking plane, that's a UFO, but said it in a way where I don't give a shit, and laugh it off, not to look stupid, when in reality he looked stupid laughing it off, pretending it wasn't a UFO. And I said, that's not a plane. He says, well, what do you want it to be? We're in the middle of the daytime. And I'm like, where's the plane? Is this the first time you see a plane go by in the sky what you don't see? Is that the sunlight causing a ball to be around it? Have you ever seen a ball around a plane? I went on and I went on and I went on. And he laughed. Great guy, like I said, but he laughed and he says, because I don't know what it is. So that was his conclusion. He came to, we don't know what it is. We can't know what it is. But if they started landing, then they'd start fucking wondering what the hell they are, because I'm telling you, they exist, right? Some people have been interacting with these beings outside of this world for a hell of a long time. And it comes down to even me when I hear a story, even with the experiences that I had, when you hear someone tell about a story about them going in a craft or about them going to another galaxy, being visited another world, or being brought back, it is something that's hard to convince your mind. And it's not about convincing. Actually, let me use the proper words. It's that I remain neutral when I hear that. When somebody tells me that they were able to astral travel, I remain neutral, even though I've done it. I've left my body, but not willingly. I leave. Somebody brings me. It's never me that says, "Oh, I'm going for a little drive." No, a little flight. No, I was taken out of my body at a young age. Now, because this, you know what? It's perception. There's so many different ways that you can perceive height, depth, distance. So when you're dreaming, when you're daydreaming, when you're having a vision, if you encountered a being and you wake up the next morning, you say, did it happen? Did it not happen? There's all this confusion all the time that happens. I think that is deliberate. And that, The Last Australian, I believe, has a lot to do with the part of the hypnotism, where even us that are awake, it's a continual reminder that we have to keep telling ourselves they're lying to us, they're lying to us, they're lying to us, they're lying to us, so we don't forget ourselves. But there is a continual humming frequency, a low, slow killing frequency to confuse, to what's the word I'm looking? Scramble messages coming in your brain. And a lot of people don't believe this, but the mind control has to do with that. It's blocking the neurons in your own brain from being able to send messages to certain areas in your brain. They know everything about the brain. It's like Dr. Frankenstein. I hear myself talking about it. It's like, it sounds so friggin' Halloweenish, sort of a bit fantastical, but it really isn't. It really isn't. They're coming up with unconventional ways and means now to try to explain, right? Like the Harvard study and stuff with, they're angelic beings and stuff. And people are saying, well, they're a bunch of liars. Liars or not, they're at least coming to the same theories and ideals that we were bringing out there. Could be spirits, could be angels, demons, could be good spirits, could be a breakaway civilization. There's nothing that NASA is going to say that you guys and gals have not told me here over the years that we haven't come up with ourselves. Or that before I even got here, there were, why do you think the word breakaway civilization existed? I know about it because the first questions that you all were asking me, Bruce, is it a breakaway civilization? Bruce, Von so-and-so, Von Gogh or something said this. And then Von Braun said, not Von Gogh, what the fuck? Sorry. Von Gogh, there's a story about that too, but Von Braun or whatever, talking about, Project Bluebeam. We're talking about fake alien invasions. But we're all stuck on that. I do believe that some of them, if not all of them, are definitely diversions to have us thrown off our path to be able to find the truth. And it just goes on like that, continual. So the UFO story comes out. Okay. A balloon is not a UFO. It's either a balloon or a UFO. A UFO there. What's a UFO? Anything that I can throw by you without you seeing. Okay. It's a UFO. I keep saying the story. A neighbor's having a barbecue. If I whip a bag of shit over and knock him out in the forehead and he faints and he wakes up, well, what happened? Well, he was hit by a fucking UFO, even though it was a bag of shit. UFO doesn't have to be a spacecraft. That's the thing. So when they talk about UFOs, it could be just alien tech or alien material. Not everything is a spacecraft in space. Not everything that's UFO is a spacecraft either. Balloons that they shot down, that they said, oh, well, we weren't able to catch up to one of the balloons because it was too fast. What the hell are you saying? A scrambled jet was not able to catch up with the balloon because it was moving too quickly. Well, come on. It's a balloon or it's a UFO. It can't be both, because a balloon is not a UFO. People were saying, yes, it's a balloon UFO. No, if it's a balloon, it's a balloon. It's not a UFO. Unidentified flying objects. If you see a plane flying by and it's a plane that nobody knows the model of it, and it looks a bit odd, but it looks like a regular airplane, that's an unidentified flying object, and even if it's a plane. Bruce, what do you think about Earth's core that apparently stopped moving? Has anything to do with the weather? Absolutely, Mick Smith. I do believe it has to do with the weather. Even mentioned some of it the last stream. I believe that the weather is going to go backwards. We're going to see the currents turn backwards on Earth. Don't forget, they have the vortex that started last year in the North Pole, where you saw that there was a vortex that brought cold air down, like friggin' freezing air down. El Nino, they keep talking about that. Why is everything changing so drastically? The weather and stuff. Is it just the sun, or is it because the poles are shifting? Don't forget, you have the poles that are shifting on the sun that shift every 20, 22 years, but or 11 years, but you have the 11 years, but you have the pole shift of Earth. I looked that up, whether it's the right place that I'm looking or not. We're talking about 680 to 700,000 years before that occurs, and it only occurs once. No friggin' ideal or any clue how they can come to that conclusion when we don't even know what's inside of our oceans. Think of it. You know, there's a massive protest in Kenya right now where they took over the parliament because there was too many people protesting. You know, the government says that they're strong until people stand up. When people stand up, we see how weak they are, right? So they control us through fear. They try to scare us. Fear tactics is exactly what they do. That's a fact. Angel Dreams, thank you very much for being here. Oh, we had another good stream, my friends. Already 6:46. My goodness. You've endured me almost 2 hours again. Right on, Pat. I was enjoying your videos, Pat, man. I always laugh on spots in the video. Amazon delivery. I received my sound hole and the bending for the guitar. Oh, so like literally rebuilding it, man. Right on. Well, listen, it just so happens that if you guys are in the Montreal region, okay, very expensive to get guitars fixed, but Elias is doing a lot of fucking fixing, lining, you know, lifting the string, fixing bridges, whatever. He's doing a hell of a good job. I'm gonna have to leave him my other one there with my high. My chords are a little too high on mine. Break, CB. Rod R, how are you, brother? Late to the party. Better late than never, man. Absolutely. Quick draw McGraw. How about that artificial eclipse maker? Yes, we sent up. What's up with that thing now? Listen, yep, the pineal glandules, exactly. That's what they say the soul leaves and probably enters too. As a matter of fact, isn't that where we receive our telepathic messages, where the third eye is also that they talk about? It's an interesting subject, eh? Got to get my busy on. Thanks, bro. Jason, same, brother. I'm about to get off. Stay awesome. Catch you next time. Thanks a lot, Jason. And thanks, everyone, for the incredible support that you give this channel. The channel's attacked. There's nobody here. So I really love you all for checking out. Listen, go check the last chemtrail video that I posted. They're cutting off the spray on and off, on and off. A couple videos before that, when I came back from camping, a fast-moving UFO, the lights in the sky yesterday with some more UFO activity. See how fast they were moving yesterday? Go look at my videos. Go look how fast those lights are moving. As a matter of fact, look at someone who films the space station in the sky. Okay, how far it is, except there's some nice close ones. Some people did some really good work with the telescopes on that. Must be some science big enough scope that did that. But look at even a satellite going by and look at the speeds of them and look how long it takes them to cross the sky, and then go back and look at some of the UFOs that I've been seeing really rushing across the screen there. I thank you very much, everyone, for stopping by. We had another great stream. I got to thank the Rumble platform, the Twitter platform, and of course the YouTube platform. Governments, elite humans are all compromised by dominant subconscious forces. So that's another thing, you know. If an alien invader came here and took them over, and they're the ones forcing them to depopulate us, that'd be scary. Scary thought. I wouldn't rule it out, you know. So, hey, Angel Dreams, thanks a lot for that heads up. Right on, dry and hot and dry. If you look, guys, right now, go to the weather satellite, go to the weather channel, zoom out. Excuse me, hiccups. Zoom out on North America, and you will see from the river to you will see all of North America, okay, completely is under clouds, and it stops at the Mexican border. But all of the states and all of Canada completely, you have the continual clouds, and they meet up. You have two fronts always meeting up. But where Ottawa is going through hell. Actually, I'm pretty sure from what I saw this afternoon, they probably got some bad weather. Any suggestions for getting my blackberries to never come back? Oh, I'm being invaded with these nasty plants. Oh, blackberries, bam, bam. Oh, sorry. Blackberries is so good. Des mûres. We call that in French, Jules. Des mûres. Oil? No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I bet you that would be pretty evasive to get rid of, especially have a big bush. Should have thought about trimming that a while back. Speaking of trimming bushes, blackberry bushes, I got a big blackberry bush and I'm trying to trim. Sorry, Jules, I'm just acting like an ass. I wonder if somebody else knows, maybe. Obviously, I can't spell today, or my phone is messing around again. Same. They're watching us. Oh, yes, they are. Bruce should try and gather all the information on the dozens of UFOs over the White House in the 50s, the takeover. That was an interesting one, right? Washington, D.C. also at one point, was there not a presence or a UFO craft that happened? Yes, absolutely. All the time, and every single time that I've had an entity in the house here. And guys, listen, not saying this to scare you. I have poltergeists, meaning they move objects, they make sounds. And when they walk in my house, they have weight. And that's always freaking terrified me. When a ghost walks around, I never understood how come they have weight, physical weight, and they're bending a floor. That's very odd when you think of it. But it exists. They exist. Other worlds exist. I saw an entity in another world take over a friend's shadow and came in through a rectangular portal and had a table in front of him and a hoodie. So never in my life will I not believe that there are other dimensions. And you know what? I don't have to prove it. I don't feel that I have to prove it. I think everybody will eventually get a chance to witness that. Maybe not everybody, but the ones that do know what I'm talking about. It's real. So thanks again, everyone. Got to go. You too, Nicole S. Same for me. Really want to thank all of you for coming by. Justin Branch, and to all that I missed, thanks, Nicole S. The mods, everything. I really love you guys. There'll be more videos coming up, of course. And I'm going to have to do some more podcasts, guys. There's so much going on with the UFO news. If you don't mind, once in a while, like, I'm not changing the research, but I got to get up. Actually, I don't. That's why I like doing it at the stream. I think we'll stay like that and keep it reserved for the research. Ladies and gents, thank you so much for the love that you give the research and the channel, for coming here to the streams and the comments and everything you do, for becoming members, and the wonderful contributions that you've all given me. As always today, listen, Elias, thank you so much, brother. And Nika, I got Jules, and again, Anika, thank you so very much. I love you guys very much. I'll see you all in the comment section. Thanks for coming by my stream. Bye for now, guys.